Greetings, everyone. Core here, and it's that time of the month again. Well, not month, but week. It's time for another midnight review, and I know I didn't do a midnight review for Ex Machina. That was because there were no midnight reviews by me. Um, the closest one was in Hollywood, which Hollywood is quite a drive, as well as kind of expensive. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to review that one. I'll probably do a more lengthy review later when it comes out on DVD and stuff. So look forward to that probably later this year. But this week I went to go see Avengers: Age of Ultron, and I'm pretty sure if you're watching this review, you probably have already seen it too as well. Um, it goes without saying, a lot of people are going to see it, and it's going to be a good movie. Especially if you've seen any of the reviews, critics have it at a 99%. Critics have it at 75%, which is pretty good for a superhero movie. Users have it at 99% on Rotten Tomatoes, and that's intense. I don't think the first Avengers had that high of a number even on the first day. I believe it was more closer to like 96 or so. But we'll see where it ends up being after the weekend and stuff. It was released a week early overseas and stuff like that. So there's some spoilers. There's the cam copies and everything like that out there. So it sucks sometimes, for spoilers. But luckily, I stayed away from that. So I went to go see it with my friend, and he enjoyed it a lot. We both enjoyed it a lot. There was a lot of funny moments. Um, I thought they actually showed too much in the trailers, but they actually kept a lot that was not in the trailers, but they kind of hinted to. So it was good. They kept the vision, pretty much in the dark, the whole trailers and everything. So I mean, when they finally had him, it was really cool, and I like the character of the Vision. He was pretty cool. There's a little, Easter eggs here and there. Um, you'll. I'm not going to try to say too many because, of course, there are Easter eggs, so you'll have to catch them yourself. Um, but it's definitely interesting. There was one scene I was kind of disappointed in. They had the opportunity to extend the Marvel universe, and they kind of didn't. It comes towards the end. You'll probably notice it too if you've seen, um, most of the pretty much the lead up to a lot of what happens after Civil War and the lead up to Civil War. You'll know what I'm talking about. Um, they do get a little bit into like the Civil War storyline, kind of not too much, but there's a little conflict between Captain America and Iron Man and stuff like that. Scarlet Witch was really cool. Quicksilver was cool. What else? Ultron was actually with these movies. Usually it's Robert Downey Jr. that steals the show. It's Ultron who steals the show on this one. His demeanor, he's supposed to be created by Tony Stark, and he acts kind of like Tony Stark. He acts very cocky. He acts very, entitled. He has his funny moments. Even the way that he moves and walks, he kind of is like flamboyant in a way, kind of like how Tony Stark is. Um, it's kind of funny seeing it. This giant. He's pretty much like a 7 foot tall, almost 8 foot tall robot. Acting almost. I mean, he's acting very cocky. Very Tony Starky, and he actually hates that. So it's pretty interesting to see that. It's like I said, Ultron just steals the show in this one, and there's a lot of action. So if you're looking for action, there's a ton of action. I will even say there's even more action than like Fast and Furious 7, which that had a lot of action in it. They still was a really good story in it. They drew out a lot of characters. They drew out Hawkeye more. There's really good scenes with him. They drawn out more of Black Widow and her relationships and stuff like that. Banner they drew out. They brought him out more. Thor they even gave a little bit more to his character. Captain America, there was a little bit more there too as well. Not as much as Hawkeye, I would say. Hawkeye probably had the biggest character development. Besides Black Widow, she also got pretty good too as well. Iron Man and Captain America, he kind of got a little short on it, but Thor had a pretty good one as well, which it's going to be interesting to see. I think it's really going to pay off in the next Thor movie, so I'm interested to see what they do with that. They do introduce another Infinity Gem, which if you know about the Vision, you know which gem it is. Um, At least you should be able to guess what gem it is. Which is pretty cool. So that being set up to 4 gems, which now they just have to introduce 2 more, and then Infinity Wars, of course, is going to happen. The way I see it is that they're going to introduce another gem either in the next Thor movie or in the next Guardians movie. And I assume they're going to introduce the 6th one, if not talk about it, before the Infinity Wars, at least Part 1. But I feel like they're going to introduce it in Infinity Wars Part 1. I love the trailers. There was, the trailers in front of this one were all superhero themed. It was Ant-Man. It was Batman versus Superman. Star Wars was in there, of course. Granted, it's not superhero, but it kind of is in a way. I mean, Fantastic Four was also one of the trailers too. So they were all superhero based, and that just amps you up for the movie, which starts off right on the action. So it's really cool seeing it. Captain America is definitely acting more like Captain America, more like a super soldier. So that's cool to see. There's cool little new gadgets that they all get. Captain America has like a magnetic field that draws back his shield in case it doesn't ricochet back to him. So it makes it more realistic as far as when he retrieves it. Lots of good scenes. Thor, of course, you're probably seeing the clip of everyone trying to pick up Thor's hammer. There's another great scene later on about that. Like I said, Ultron just steals the show. Every time he's on the screen, he does something, says something. It's just like... it's pretty hilarious. He just steals. He does what Robert Downey Jr. does, in the other movies, but he does it. He's the bad guy, and I love it. I didn't pay too much attention to the music. The plot was really nice. It was really cool. Very comic book, based. The pacing was really good as well. It did have its slow moments, but they didn't last for too long, so they picked back up to the action, the meat of the storyline. There's a lot of setup, it seems like, for Civil War. Very subtle setups. A lot of stuff happening behind the scenes. People hiding stuff, working out their own stuff and everything like that. A lot of drawback to different characters. Falcon's in it. War Machine's in it. What else is it? Yeah, that's it, actually. Another thing about it. They actually bring back the Doctor from Thor, the older Doctor. I forget his name. Who else? Of course, Miranda Hill. Of course, Stan Lee cameo is in there, of course, and it's actually pretty funny. What else? I mean, it's just a great movie. The Hulkbuster versus Hulk fight is really intense. I liked it. I mean, they showed a lot in the clips and everything that they released, but there was a lot more to it that was pretty hilarious. That was probably my favorite scene. Yeah, it's a great movie. And, like I said, if you haven't seen it and you're watching this, you're probably gonna see it. Definitely see it if you saw the first. Definitely see it if you've seen any Marvel movie. Even if you just want a lot of action, go see it. It's definitely worth your time, definitely worth your money, and hopefully it gets you involved into more of the Marvel cinematics, if not the comics, because the comics are always intense, a lot more intense than what you'll see on the film and everything, because of course they do adapt the comics to the live action. But definitely, yeah, go see it. It's great, totally worth it. I mean, really, what I've said, I just fanboyed over the whole movie pretty much. So yeah, 10 out of 10. I liked it more than the first. On to the next one, the agenda. Next week, well, not next week, 2 weeks, will be Mad Max. My minute review will be of Mad Max Fury Road, which I'm really looking forward to that. All the trailers are just amazing. I don't know who does the editing, but from someone that previously did music videos, with anime and music and stuff like that, you'll see my videos in my video feed. I'm really big on timing, editing, music, just working together, and all the trailers for Mad Max have been perfect, pretty much. Even if you have no interest in the movie at all, definitely check out one of their trailers because they're just amazing. But until next time, guys, later.